Hi, y'all. This is Harvania and my volume 2 for Harvania's Helpful Hints for Clinical Research Professionals. Today we're going to talk about emails. Now, emails are something that can take up your whole day if you allow it to. So, you do also have to organize how you check your emails to make sure that you're addressing things in a timely fashion, however, leaving time for the rest of your duties. What I do is, if I don't have a patient at 8 o'clock when I get to work, I open my emails. Or whenever I finish with patients for the morning, I'll open my emails and I'll look at the emails. I'll just go through the list. And if I can resolve or answer the email within 5 minutes, I go ahead and answer and resolve that. If it's going to take me longer than 5 minutes, I flag it and keep going down the list. Now, once I resolve the email, one thing that I do is I have my inbox divided into subfolders, one for each of my protocols. Um, Besides the protocols, I have one for potential studies and then another file folder for closed studies. So whenever a study closes, I put it in the closed study folder, the whole folder, so that I am still able to access all of the correspondence for that closed study. Under each study, under the protocol, I have a subfolder where I keep the original links, emails for all of the sites that we need to access for that study. Now, I go through and anything that I've resolved, I put in its respective folder. I keep all emails because you never know when you need to access that information. I had an IRB audit once, and there was a decision that was made, some correspondence that had happened between me and the monitor regarding a specific patient. Now, I didn't put it in the sub patient's folder or the patient's file. I didn't put it in the regulatory binder. So I had no documentation of the correspondence that had occurred between me and the monitor. So I remembered, however, the situation. And so the auditor said, well, find me the documentation. So I went through and I looked through my emails, did a search, and I was able to find that email, print it out, and take it to the auditor. And she just looked at it and she said, okay, and went on to the next point. So you need to be able to access, and it's easier to do it by protocol, so to make it easier to access the information. Now, after when I file it, I go back to the things that I flagged and I do them in the order of either priority or how long it'll take me to do it. I try to do the easy things first, and then if there's something that's going to take me longer than into business that day to do, I'll email back the monitor and say, well, I can't get you the information today. I can get it to you tomorrow, the end of the week, depending on whether I need to get the information from someone else or another source. I give them an estimate of how long it'll take me to give them that information. And then I also provide them updates if it takes longer than that. Also, with the emails, you have to make sure that you're responding back. Usually, it doesn't matter how long. I shouldn't say it doesn't matter how long. It doesn't matter that you can't answer it right then. They just want to know that you can address it. So, um, give realistic deadlines. Um, uh, as in everything with research, be honest. If you don't have the information, just say, I don't have the information. I'm going to have to get back with you. In your emails as well, I also like to keep a record of any telephone calls that happened. So if I talk to a monitor and we have a conversation, I follow up with an email and I say, as per our conversation, XYZ LMNOP, please reply as confirmation of this discussion. And so they'll reply, and sometimes they'll add, don't forget, we discussed XYZ LMNOP. And then once you get that reply back from them, print out that entire correspondence. If it only has to do with one patient, just put it in that one patient file. If it has to do with more than one patient or the study as a whole, go ahead and put that in the regulatory binder. Remember, one of the biggest points of research is if it wasn't documented, it didn't happen. So you want to have a way to organize your documentation of the correspondence that's occurred. Anyway, here's my helpful hint for the day. We'll see you for volume 3. Enjoy.